Very well, guys. Now we're gonna do the exercises on page 9. Okay, we're gonna correct them. Remember all this unit, welcome unit is just a review unit. So these are things that you should be familiar already. All right. So I think a very brief explanation will be enough to help you guys. Well, just to see here. So we're on page 9. This first exercise talk about career paths. We have these pictures, these photos about different jobs. Okay, I think you guys won't have any problems here. Just to check, so the first photo is of an engineer. Okay, second one, she's a nurse. All right. Third photo, this guy here is a bus driver. Right. I think this is the fourth photo. Maybe it's a word we're not so familiar with, but it's a maintenance worker. Maintenance worker. Forgive my typing skills, okay? If I made some mistakes, I'll correct it later. Maintenance worker, yes. And this last one here, she's a teacher. Alright. Good. No typing mistakes, no typos. So all good. So first one, engineer, nurse, bus driver, maintenance worker, and teacher. Okay. Well, I just showed you guys these answers because they're a little bit related to exercise number 2. Exercise 2, we have this short article, tips for choosing a career. Yes, this is really interesting for you guys, okay, because it's something that you guys are gonna go through very soon, okay. And in exercise 2 just asks you, the exercise just asks you to find which of the 2 jobs from exercise 1 from the photos are mentioned, and the jobs they mention here are the jobs of an engineer and of a teacher. Okay, well, here you guys should just read the article. Let's take a look here at the bullet points for each paragraph here of the article. Here, the tips for choosing a career. Don't let other people tell you what to do. Consider what you think you are good at. Your first decision isn't forever, and do something of value. Okay, so here are 4 suggestions. Each person might consider one more important than the other. Okay, so this is what exercise 3 is about. You should rank these tips in order of importance to you. Okay, so this is very personal. There's no right answer here. So what do you think is the most important tip, the second most, and so on and so forth? Make sense? Okay. Very well. So this you guys can do on your own, but this will be very helpful when you do the Google Forms here about this last exercise. I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. Okay. But let's take a look here. So exercise 1 in the decision section. Okay. So we have here some expressions, okay, that you can use the article to help you with the vocabulary. Okay, if you haven't done the exercise, you can do it. If you have, let's correct it. All right. So let's complete here the sentence. What do you find it difficult to make decisions about? What do you find difficult to make decisions about? Okay. 2. When do you think it's wrong to change your mind? Okay. So change your mind, change your opinion, change your ideas. Okay. Number 3. Can you remember a time you couldn't make up your mind? Make up your mind. So make up your mind means to get into a final decision. Okay, make up your mind. Who do you talk to before you come to a decision? Come to a decision. So who do you talk to before you come to a decision about something? Come to a decision when you reach your final decision. And 5, what kind of things do you think long and hard about before making a decision? Okay, not a problem here. So just vocabulary, some expressions about decision making. So make a decision, change your mind, make up your mind, come to a decision, and think long and hard about something. Yes, again, these are also words that you might use when you do the last exercise. Well, this exercise 1, the permission section, okay, this is interesting. Okay, this is something you guys certainly have seen before. Is the correct about using the words make, let, and be allowed to. Okay, so the verb make in this case means to force someone to do something. Okay, we're gonna see the examples. Yeah, and let and be allowed to, they're about giving permission. Okay, so make, to force someone to do something, let and be allowed to give permission. If they're both about giving permission, what's the difference? Okay, well, let's correct the exercise and then we can see the difference. All right, now you should never let other people make decisions for you. Okay, you should never give permission to other people to make decisions for you. I'm going to explain this in a little bit. Just a second. 2, no one can make you do a job that you don't want to do. So like we said, make means to force someone to do something. No one can force you to do a job that you don't want to do. 3, in more and more jobs now, people are allowed to work from home if they want to. So now we have these two sentences, 1 and 3, using let and allowed, talking about giving permission. I think you guys can see now what's the difference. You should never let other people. After the verb let, we have the object of the sentence. So you have let and the object. Let people, let someone, let him, let her, etc. And after be allowed to, we need a verb. People are allowed to work from home. People are allowed to work from home. Can you see the difference? So after let, you follow let with the object of a sentence. So let needs an object, and allowed to needs a verb. That's it. So let's see. Number 4. My mother's boss makes her work late sometimes. Okay, my mother's boss makes her work late sometimes. Forces her to work late. 5. Back when my grandfather worked, he was allowed to smoke in his office. Can you believe that? Back when my grandfather worked, he was allowed to smoke in his office. Can you believe that? Yeah. And 6, this company lets its employees start work at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 10 o'clock, whatever works best for them. Okay, guys, so that's it. So make, to force someone to do something, let and be allowed to give permission. After let, we have the object, and after allowed to, we need a verb. No problem. I think this number 5 is fun. Yeah, it's funny if you think about it. Back when my grandfather worked, he was allowed to smoke in his office. Can you believe that? I remember when I was a kid, when I used to go to church, people used to smoke in church during the mass. Yeah, this is unreal to think about it now, but it was the way it worked in the past. Just a interesting note. Okay, guys, no problems here about the answers. Let, make, allowed to, makes, was allowed to, and let's. That's it. So, what I want you guys to do to finish this page, you can do the form. You click on the list, on the link in the description of the video, and I want you guys to do this exercise too on Google Forms. Write sentences about your perfect job or career. Use make, let, be allowed to in some of your sentences. Okay, so write sentences about your perfect job or career. I'm sorry. So, what would be your perfect job? What would be your career? Okay, doctor, engineer, teacher, business person, entrepreneur. Yeah, and use the article to give you some support, some reference, what to use, what to mention when you write your sentences. But the sentence should be about you. Don't worry just about copying the sentence. I want you guys to really express yourselves when you do this exercise. Okay? I think that's it. Do the Google Forms, please, and I think we're ready to move on. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.